In this video, I want to talk to you about something that most people overlook when it comes to manifestation. They chase techniques, routines, affirmations, always trying to do more, but they miss the single most powerful piece, the art of being. Because manifestation isn't about forcing your desires into reality. It's about becoming the version of you who naturally receives them. So that version of you doesn't chase, that version of you simply is. And before we get started, if you're serious about becoming that new version of you, then make sure you sign up for my newsletter today. If you sign up now, you'll get one of my free, popular guided meditations. The links are below. So with that, let's get started. So what does it mean to be? When we talk about this concept of being what we want, what does that look like? It's not about being passive or doing nothing. It's really about presence. It's about inner stillness and confidence and certainty that says, I already am. I think Neville Goddard said it best, so I have a quote from him. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. So, a very powerful quote. When you're living in that state, when you are being right now your desired reality, you're no longer asking for it or begging for it or hoping for it. You're embodying that reality right now. You're living from the end. So here's why this is so crucial and so important. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are, what you expect. So if you're always chasing your desire, if there's always that distance between you and what you want, you're in a state of lack, and you always will be. But that lack, creates more lack, and you'll just never be able to close that gap. But when you're in the state and that energy of already being and having what you want right now, then you're aligned. You stop trying to manifest and you start living it from the inside out. And that's the real key and crucial and invisible shift that changes everything. This shift from wanting something to being and embodying our desired reality. So now the question is, how do you actually do this? What are the practical steps you can take to implement this in your life? It's very simple. But at the same time, the complexity of it is that every chance you have to catch yourself throughout the day, if you're not doing this, it might be 1,000 times during the day. You have to catch yourself and bring yourself back into this state. And this is the state of number 1, not chasing. Number 2, being present in the present moment. Number 3, visualizing and feeling from that end state. So feeling in the present moment right now that you already have more than enough, that you already have abundance, that you already have that amazing relationship, job, car, house, whatever. And number 4, saying to yourself, this is who I am. This is my reality. Again, it's a very simple thing, but the complexity is it might be 1,000 times during the day. Your mind starts to wander and you have to catch it and bring it back and say, I have all these amazing things. I'm so happy and grateful that these things are in my life. I have more than enough. I have more money than I can spend. I have the house of my dreams, the relationship of my dreams. I have it all right now. And again, it's a simple thing, but it's made complex because the mind always wants to wander. So at every possible moment that you catch it, bring it back and bring yourself back into that present moment state of living in the end and having what you want. The more you do this, the easier it becomes and the more natural it starts to feel. Because when you're being and embodying that version of yourself, you're no longer obsessed with the signs of is this working? Is it any closer? You trust because you feel and know right now that it's already done. Maybe it hasn't shown up in the 3D world yet, but it doesn't matter because you're so living in your own little bubble of having what you desire that it really doesn't matter. And things will come to you through that state of not chasing. They'll come to you because you're now aligning with the version of you who has already received everything that you desire. So again, as you catch yourself throughout the day and you bring yourself back into that state, it might be helpful to ask yourself some of these questions, such as, who would I be if I already had all these aspects of my desired reality? Whatever that reality looks like for you, if you had it right now in this moment, how would you feel? What would your life be like? How would you walk and talk? Would you have more confidence? How would you dress? How would you show up? Because the answers to those questions are the shortcut. Practice being that person right now, not tomorrow, not once it gets here, because again, if you look at it that way and you'll say, I'll feel confident once that reality arrives, you're keeping that gap and that distance there. So right now, ask yourself and then answer those questions internally. Who is the person you want to become? And how can you embody that person right now? So if you like this kind of content on personal and spiritual growth, make sure you're signed up for my newsletter below. Again, if you sign up now, you'll get one of my popular meditations for free, and the links are below in the description and the pinned comment. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.